So this is the Twister history tornado visualization tool that I wrote a few years back. Essentially what it does, it allows you to see patterns in tornadoes in the continental United States. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so we can see. Right now it's showing you metropolitan areas, cities. We can affect that filter here. So perhaps we want to see more city population or fewer. Let's say that we're going to raise the bar a little bit on what constitutes a city, 596,000 or more, and then we apply. In some cases, you'll actually see that there are a couple of elements that are dynamically updated. So here we've got all of the cities. We're just going to zoom into an area, let's say part of the East Coast, and show some visualization. Move that out a little bit. Okay, and right about there. Great, so click the map tab, and then let's look at tornadoes from 1950 to 1960. And we'll show the cities and the names, and then the tornadoes, and we'll show their paths. And just hit retrieve data. It'll get the visualization for you. It's pulling from NOAA data, so all the weather data that was reported in the US. Now we see all of the activity in these areas. You can see a lot of stuff happening in the Midwest, out by Oklahoma. If I zoomed in there, and just click on the increase. So let's look at this tornado, for example, which looks like it has a really long path. Path is indicated by the line. Red is start, green is go. We can also filter the types of tornadoes. So for example, if we wanted to turn off zeros, ones, level 2s, and level 3s, and hit display, actually retrieve the data again just to make sure that it's using a smaller data set. But there we've got just the level 4s and 5s, so the big tornadoes. And you can continue to zoom in, look at detail on them. If you wanted to see specific dates, there's a dates tab. So we can filter them, say that we only want to see things that happen between March and June. Affect the start year, as well as look at specific tornadoes. So we've got one in Missouri on 1/30/1950, all the way to the end of our list, which was New Jersey, 1960, November 29th. You could also show individual tornado information, locate the tornadoes, or if you clear the map, and then, oops, should be on map when I do that, you can hit play and see them played in order, location information in the upper left-hand corner. So as they are executed, you'll see the tornadoes appear on the screen. Every time a new tornado is generated, the list is indicated on the left-hand side, so we can look at specific ones in now Texas, and then in a few seconds it'll go on to the next one. Another one in Texas, same date. Indication of damage. Right now these are fairly small. You can only see a few of them. We can also click on an individual event and it'll zoom towards that one. So now it's focusing in on the Arkansas event and keep scrolling in. If we clear the map and stop the animation, we can change a few other factors. So we can show some roads. It's going to make the bit busier. We can show some rivers. And we'll throw the lakes in. We're going to move paths. But we are going to show area and injuries. And we'll say the minimum injuries, 2. And we could actually indicate the width and length of that particular tornado. But we'll go ahead and filter. We'll just show a few of the states, just to make it run a little faster. Nebraska, Nevada. And then we're just going to apply this first change. And retrieve our data. Okay, So it's got 145 tornadoes. And then you start to see specific patterns. So these circles actually indicate things like areas and injuries, depending on what you want. I'm going to put back a couple of the other tornado types and retrieve my data again. And take a second, and then display. Great. So now these stacks actually indicate, we can zoom in, the severity of the tornado according to these specific factors, like area and injuries. More stacks, so more yellow or more orange stacked, higher issue of area or injury. That's basically it. The tool is completely free. It can be downloaded at download.com, or you can visit my website, lgrace.com. Really easy tool to use. I wrote this in about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. Again, based on NOAA data. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Thanks.